evening. Welcome to our special edition Sunday News Report. Shirley Snowden, in with Frank, Uckemeyer,
Schmuckemeyer. Shirley. Frank Schmuckemeyer. Get it straight.
Tonight's breaking news is a bombshell. Where JoJose has been a question for the last 8 months. He was a man of mystery as well as wild speculations. Frank! Wake up, Frank! It's your line!
Our special guest this evening is Justin from Justice for All. He's the one that has cracked the case and coached JoJose out of hiding.
Well, Justin, I don't know why I keep calling him Andrew. It seems to be stuck in my brain for some reason. Could that be his real name?
I don't know, Shirley. Maybe it's just in your head.
Has been an explosion in Twitter. And creators have all been at their computers working their fingers to the bones to be able to get the first reaction video out, because that creates views, clicks, likes. Well, let's take a look at how the general public is taking the news. Some people are stressed out about it. Other people are cheering him on, thinking that he's the greatest thing since chicken soup. He helped Summer. He was there for Summer. He was a good guy. He cooked. He cleaned. Then there are some that think that JoJose was Summer's angel, rising up from the ashes to show all the love we want to give her, shedding a light on a little girl we happen to love, yet knowing nothing about her, the little girl and who she really was, showing us a glimpse into her and who she was. Something we so desperately want to know, to connect with our little summer moon. Some people have reacted in confusion, and yet again some people have been confused the whole case. Well, to those of you who are confused, let me give you a little bit of backstory about Summer Moon and her parents and JoJose, and how they all fit into the pod people. This is Dondas. He is a career criminal with SA charges. This is Candace, Mandis, Juicy Candy, whatever you want to call her. In my opinion only, I think that she is a cold-hearted sociopath, that her profession is baby milk. Some people think that he went to the Philippines. Then other people think he went to Mexico. Then other people think that he just went and got sloshed. I heard that he was in South Carolina, but then he said he was in North Carolina. I don't think it really matters. He could be anywhere in the world. He could be sitting right next to Candace, talking to us all along. Candace, check out my symbolism. I hid the 3 little girls in this picture. Can you see them? Can you see moon, rain, and sun? Of course, Skylar is the new little boy. Is he one of the twins that you had with Benny? Oh my God, he's sleeping again. Frank, wake up!
Oh, I'm sorry, Shirley. Why don't you just kick me under the table?
Well, Frank, I'm afraid if I do that, I'll knock you off the chair.
Well, let's remember now that he's talking about when Candace was there. He was there with Candace and Grandis, and Donnie wasn't there. So who is it making them do their homework before they can eat anything? Well, that would be Candace.
Or chips or cupcakes. You know, I'm saying to myself, like,
Was that a slip?
turkey and cheese,
Slick?
tuna fish, maybe a can of spaghetti
My?
and meatballs, you know, things like that.
Where's my?
Not even
Did
that
I
was
hear
there,
that correct?
You know?
Let me
And
know,
I
guys.
remember that when the first month that I was there, Allie would constantly, every single day, she would go to Walmart
All the way to Kingsport.
To Walmart,
I thought Kingsport was right next
little bit of money that she
to
earns
them.
from her job, you know, taking away from her children and giving it to Summer.
Taking it away from her children doesn't sound like a very good mother to me.
I with me. These kids need to eat. Like, what's going on here?
Mm-hmm.
You know? And it was
The only kid that ate was
an
JoJose.
incredible experience, you could say, an eye-opener. It made me realize, wow, you know, compared to these people, I'm a wonderful dad, you know? Like, I cook, I clean, wash clothes.
He constantly builds himself up as a great person.
I've even done laundry for them, even, you know? And they are amazed because all they kept saying is, Donnie don't do things like that. Like, that man does not do anything. All he does is work, drink, come home.
Well, it sounds like Candace doesn't do anything either, darling. At least he's working, and then he's coming home. I mean, my husband's worked and came home.
Hi, honey.
House was clean. I did laundry. I cooked. My husband doesn't even know how to boil water. I think that he's throwing a lot here on Dawn. Why should Dawn work all day up on stilts doing drywall and then come home and have to cook and do the laundry and clean the house? Does anybody other than me find this a little bit
Those who brag
ridiculous
don't do.
that he's throwing all this on Dawn? Why don't you throw it on Candace where it belongs, or Grandis? Why don't you throw it on them? They're the ones that, she doesn't work. She doesn't do anything. Why ain't she have the house straightened up? Why isn't she cooking dinner?
That's it.
Okay, could
You
you
know, so...
could you tell us about when Don returned? How did all of that go down?
Well, basically, when he was coming back, I remember Candace was telling me that, oh, he's pissed. And, you know, before he returned, I find it kind of strange that he said he didn't know who I was until he came home. Because I had spoken with him on numerous occasions on the telephone while he was on his way back from Utah. You know, and I thought everything was cool between us. He came home, he was calm, he didn't drink the first 2 days, On the second day that he was there, he got his old job back, was ready to return back to work, and next thing I know, he's back into work. A couple of days later, he gets paid, fills up his fridge full of all this frozen junk food and beer and liquor. And right away, it's to the drinking. Mm-hmm. And I remember a couple of times I would be downstairs, laying down about to pass out, and I hear them fighting upstairs.
Hi, guys.
And it's not like a normal fight. It's a drunk fight between two drunk people.
Yeah, when you say pass out, you mean going to sleep, right?
Andrew, I was wondering when you were going to catch that.
You just got to be really clear on it.
At the time
those of you with delicate ears, please cover them now. Because the cellar, well, that's where they did the porn movies with the children. Jose, do you produce those?
You might earn a little extra money.
Producer would be
You're staying there.
Benny Keys.
You didn't have no job. You didn't even have a car.
He has lots of money.
Did you have money?
They were renting
to
from
begin
him.
with?
He
That
owns
you were
the
paying
house.
these people
He's
rent
the
with?
big dog. He moves in tenants that deal drugs, traffic children, and then when the heat gets too hot, he moves them to another property. Hey, maybe Utah.
They were drunk.
Oh, come on, Ho. You didn't do your homework, or they didn't prep you well enough. Because Black Velvet, he doesn't drink Black Velvet. It's R&R.
When did things turn after Don came back? And can you tell us about that?
About a week after he returned, things started to really deteriorate.
You weren't there. You're too educated. You came from a good home. You wouldn't be staying in no flea-bag hotel.
That's not my microwave
That's
or
how
something.
you know all the right things to
the
say in this
recording.
video. Because you know what people expect from a good person.
And things like that. When I finally saw the video that he was talking with the guy Chris from TIR, he was telling them that, oh yeah, she had this guy in the house, and, he was gay or whatever. That's a bold-faced lie. I'm not gay. I'm nowhere near that.
Okay.
I am a straight man. I prefer women. That is my preference.
Right.
Period. And I believe that they were telling him that to just ease tension so there wouldn't be like a severe conflict. But during the time that I was there helping them and stuff, they're realizing like, wow, this guy's here and he's renting from me. He's a good friend, helps my kids with homework. He cooks, he cleans. Like, who is this guy? And it's nothing special.
He's a maid. That's who he is. He's the maid. He's a maid. Let's put the little outfit on him, French maid outfit.
Like, there's many of men like me who do things like that. This is what you're supposed to do. These are your children. You want their well-being.
Yes, but you happen to not be one of them.
You want to make sure they're fed, their clothes are clean, they have a proper bed to sleep in.
Mm-hmm. They have a mother. How come she's not doing it?
What makes this even worse
he
is that he
blames
knows
Donnie
how
for
a
all
child should be
this,
taken
but
care
let's just be honest. It's Candace's fault. Pure and simple. He's like takes up for her and puts everything on Dawn. I think it's a setup. I really do. I think it's a setup. He doesn't say anything bad against Candace except for the part where he says what he did about Candace and Hunter. I'm not going to go into that. Hunter is not of age, but we all know how Candace lies and plays pranks. So when he said she belonged in jail for that, he's really not said anything bad about Candace. Except for that, unless Hunter
to control Candace, because Candace was out of control with her drunk videos. Did you notice that she had one really good
and she can say,
sober video
like
with
the phone call to
what's
Mary
his name,
saying
Ernie?
Donnie was being
okay, well that's
going to
be a good one to go over. I'm telling you.
Or
I don't think that story Candace said was
and they were taking her away, which
now,
we know now.
Considering that they are involved with the cartel.
She's capable of lying and playing pranks on people. So You know, that's not going to really get her in trouble for nothing.
You know, and I get emotional talking about that because I remember, you know, seeing them sleep on these couches, on the floor, you know, and it would bother me a lot, like a lot. And I would be like, you know,
it bothers. Oh Lord, it bothers him so much to see them sleeping on the floor, but he's sleeping in the only bed that's in the house. You know, he says that he had a bed, so he took the bed away from the kids or the adults or whoever, but mostly from the kids. But it's bothering him a lot that they're on the mattress. So Jose, give up your bed. Let the kids
I don't
sleep
want to
in
waste
bed and
any
you get
more
down
of
on
my
the floor on the
breath
mattress.
on you.
Did you do that?
You
No,
were
you
not
didn't.
sleeping
Yeah,
there.
it bothers you
That
so much,
mattress
but,
was
not
not
really,
for
not enough
sleeping.
to do something and give up the bed. You're renting a bed. You're renting a room. You're renting a bed.
Jesus.
you know, like what's going on? And it was always one finger's point to the other. Oh, it's his fault. Or he would say, oh, it's her fault. You know, they just constantly kept blaming each other instead of just meeting each other in the middle, find common ground.
They sound like Dumber and Dumber.
Together.
Two dumb employees blaming each other to the boss.
Kept being thrown up on each other's faces, you know, and things like that. So about a week after, yeah, it started to get very heated. It was always about me, always. And you know, my name just kept constantly flying out there. And one night, they got so drunk.
Well, Jose, you moved into a man's house while he's away. You moved into a house with his wife and his children. Of any man worth his salt, come back from being away working in another state, and a lot of men do that, you know, especially in the military. You know, they go away quite often. But there's other men that work on the oil rigs, and hey, a man's going to come home, and I'm not taking up for Don, okay? So don't go there. But I'm just saying, this man comes home. There's another man living in his house. Probably have slept with his wife and his mother-in-law and Allie, and I don't care what you think. I mean, you know, he's a con man. He's really good. You'll hear later. I mean, it's like everything's a cliche or out of a movie or out of a song. He's really good. I have seen men like him my whole life. The way they talk to women and tell them a sob story about, oh, you know, I've been so mistreated. I'm such a good person. And women who are lonely and vulnerable fall for this and just let them.
The kids were not behaving. So, Andrew, what about that did you want him to stop talking? Was he going off script, saying something, a slip? And you're right there to catch it because that's your job. You work for the cornbread mafia too. This is another one of the little girls that Candace hid in the photos that she tried to pawn off this summer. I kind of think these two look alike. I think they may be the same little girl. The second one is a picture I found of a lost little girl. So could she have been sold and then resold?
Obsessed. Let's see if anybody's going to come in and help me out with this, because I've been at it with this microphone for the last hour and a half and I'm ready for throwing it out of the window. So,
with your beautiful voice, you could tell me to go to hell 10 different ways and I would probably still stand there and smile at you. Thank you for being part of the video. You may use this if you like. Bye. Now I'm sure this lady needs no introductions. Her and her soft voice of reason. This woman could drive Hawkinsville County without ever stepping a foot in the country.
Everyone, my name is Michelle. I hope you're doing well. Welcome to another video. It's Saturday morning. It's a beautiful day. It's a little bit breezy, so if you hear some wind noise, well, there's that. More important things to think about than a little bit of wind noise this morning, because I'm going to ask you directly, Jose Roman, why are you lying? It's a simple question.
Thank you, Michelle. I hope you're doing well. What? What control room? We have a surprise guest, but he wants to stay incognito? You're having a hard time getting him to show his face before he comes up on the live? Well, I'm sorry, we may not be able to bring him up because on our channel, you have to show your face before you come up live. I don't want to be sex bombed or whatever. Sleuth Dog, you finally decided to come up. I know you're hiding from Michelle and the dogs.
Shh. Don't tell Michelle. At night, I come down and I troll the internet. I jump in and out of chat. I've been watching all along with Michelle the Summer Wells case. I believe that I am the authority on dogs. Hey, I live with two. And a woman who thinks the sun shines in their faces. I know that the truth about them, when Michelle gets big-time YouTube star, I'm bringing out the expose on those dogs.
Like I said, I'm the authority on dogs. The cat story, it is fake. It is a whole big nothing worth of fake.
Candace and Summer, Grandis, and Wyatt would sleep in that front room. They literally had two queen-size mattresses on the floor, and then they had a futon bed against the wall.
And please, Grandhorn really? Mafia. And you were her friend and you lived there for 6 months? And you call her Grandis? That name wasn't even invented when you knew her.
She slept in once in a while as well.
I know that old biddy didn't live in that house. She had a nice, cozy camper to live in.
Room on the couch, and he would fall asleep watching cartoons on TV. You know, and I would be in the next room next door.
Okay, so why would Don put the kids in the room? Like, what did?
If they. First room you entered through the front of the house. To get into the kitchen, it was a blue door with a glass window. And that door, when the kids were, not behaving, this was after Donnie came back.
Hey, one second, Jose. I see you're having some feedback. Your mic may be, okay, there we go. Go ahead. Sorry, Jose.
Okay.
So, you're going off the script. What do I do? Now we have a long silence while his cohort gets a hold of him and tells him to stop talking about that. There is a slew of them behind here. And Jenna, are you CMCA, whatever the hell her name is? Show. I can't believe it. Oh my God. How did, I can't believe that this person has found my little YouTube channel. Putin, you are just the man I want to talk to. So, you're a Hitler wannabe? Well, guess what? History repeats itself. Remember what happened to Hitler? Kids, Putin, or Russia actually, has been a threat to the world for as long as I can remember. During the 60s, people were building bomb shelters because we were all afraid that Russia was going to bomb us. The children were doing drills. He'll go after another country, and eventually he'll be gunning for us because evil likes to kill good. Well, Frank, what do you think? Oh, God, he's sleeping again. I'm not even gonna bother. Now, our next guest is a newcomer on the scene, but he has really made an impact with his insightful reaction videos. No other than Harsh Reality. Candace, can you see the girls? And Skylar? And I bet you there's several other souls packed in there that you've harmed.
lock. We don't have a key for this door. We leave the door somewhat open. And that it was basically, to keep the house warm and things like that. But if the kids did get out of hand, Donnie would set them in that room and close the both doors. The door to the front room and the door to that kitchen. And the kids would be in there. Though they had TV and then...
Uh-oh. The call dropped. Hold on. It's not good. Sorry. Jose?
Please leave your message.
Quiet time. De-stress.
Sorry about that.
Deflect. Deep think.
Bear with me 1 second. I'm calling.
Please leave your message.
The gentleman says, dang it. Oh, you gotta love technology. Hello?
God helps those
Jesus.
who help others.
No problem. He'll call me back. I hope.
Please leave your message.
Hey, I see you. Can you try to call him?
Yes, I can.
Okay. This is in real time. Yes. Okay. Hold on. I got him. I think. I see you. Jose, are you there? Okay.
It's kind of pretty bad where I'm at.
That's okay. No worries. Okay. All right. So you were talking about the kids was put in a room or was something to that effect?
Yes, that would be the front room as you get to the entry.
Sorry.
Bed that was on the wall and.
Could you repeat that? Sorry, there was a problem. Could you just start from the beginning?
Okay, so in that room, basically Candace and Summer, Grandis, and Wyatt would sleep in that front room. They literally had two queen-size mattresses on the floor, and then they had a futon bed against the wall. That's where Grandis had slept because she had a knee replacement and she couldn't really get up and down from the floor. She also had a camper on property that, she slept in once in a while as well. And Wayland would usually sleep in the cellar in his parents' room on the couch, and he would fall asleep watching cartoons on TV, and I would be in the next room next door.
Okay, so why would Don put the kids in the room? Like, what did...
Vestige, or whoever you are, you troll, you leave Miss Daisy alone and everything's on the farm. Because if you don't, the Watcher's coming for you.
The
eyes. They are fake. Candace has photoshopped all of the post pics of Summer. If you look at the pics and videos Candace did not take or didn't get a chance to photoshop, her eyes are hazel. I didn't know why I became so attached to you. Maybe it's because you look like me, or could it be because I have dealt with a man like your father for almost 20 years. I now know it was God, that everything has led me up to this point, all the failed art projects, contests, and little did I know, I had a thing for moons. It is easy to sit here and be an armchair detective, throw money at billboards, crazy creators, the wells, and to bitch about the failed child care system. I'm done. I want to do something about it. I want Summer to be our mascot to making a change to the child care system. When I get to be a big dog on here, I want to do unmagnetized think tanks to figure out what we can do to fix the systems. Look at what MAD did in the 80s to the drunk driving laws, and it worked. If any of you big dogs want to pick up the gauntlet, have at it. Just invite me, I have some good ideas. Look.
For those who are unaware of who RYAN Upchurch is, he is a rapper, musician and talent from Tennessee. He also has a following of 3 million on YouTube. RYAN became interested in Miss Summers' case and took to his channel to bring awareness of her missing to his followers. He raised the many questions most have in regards to Summers' family having potential knowledge. Now, rather than embrace this, the Betelgeuse of missing children cases, Benny Keys decided to attack RYAN.
So, what you need to do, friend, is you need to get in touch with somebody that can get in touch. See, you think that you can look at me and think you got the whole kit and caboodle figured out. I promise you, my friend, you have no fucking idea. None. What you need to do is you need to try to garner the opinion of somebody that actually knows what the fuck's going on.
This attacking RYAN could only make sense to a fellow addict. That's why Summer's mother also doesn't want Summer mentioned on RYAN's strong platform. Instead, a smear campaign has been hatched. Firstly, we must have a little chuckle at this fool. He states he can't teach RYAN how to rap. Oh Benny, your narcissism is truly on overdrive. Secondly, any parent of a missing child would be begging for such exposure, even if your name was trampled or questioned in the process. As a mother with a missing child, wouldn't you just want your child found? Seems not here. Benny Keys, who has no successful rap career, and only a 9,000 not 3 million following, is delusional enough to think RYAN would give one flying F on what a mess like Benny thinks. Yet infuriating me again, Summer is of zero importance. It's all about Benny and Candace and making money. We are hopeful Mr. Upchurch knows. Most creators and true crime are here as we genuinely want to keep a light on the missing, apply pressure to the suspects and see justice. We appreciated RYAN speaking on Summer's case. We thank him. If you would like to go send RYAN some love and thanks, his video will be linked in our description and comments. Like, share, bell, follow.
So what do you think, Frank? Dondas, Candace, and Ho are the worst kind of people in the world. They use everything they can to take their personal pain away while perpetuating the childhood who created the pain. Well, here he is, Red Doug Skelton, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, that's just his alias. Comedian Doug from Uno Thanks Investigates is in the house. Now, I'll give you a backstory of Doug and my relationship. Well, oh, he's too young for me. From the time I hijacked my son's old iPad, I've been bugging the shit out of Doug. And I'm sure that he was just like looking at me or looking at the chat going, well, who the hell is this little freaky-haired old lady? What the hell does she want with me? Well, finally, how does a YouTuber get the attention of a big dog YouTuber when she can't do a super chat? Okay, you got it. Make a video. So, I made this video, and I'm going to play it for you, and then I'll be back to tell you the rest of the juiciness about Doug.
They are fake. Candace has photoshopped all of the post pics of summer. If you look at the pics and videos Candace did not take or didn't get a chance to photoshop, her eyes are hazel. I didn't know why I became so attached to you. Maybe it's because you look like me, or could it be because I have dealt with a man like your father for almost 20 years. I now know it was God, that everything has led me up to this point, all the failed art projects, contests, and little did I know, I had a thing for moons. It is easy to sit here and be an armchair detective, throw money at billboards, crazy creators, the whales, and to bitch about the failed child care system. I'm done. I want to do something about it. I want Summer to be our mascot to making a change to the child care system. When I get to be a big dog on here, I want to do unmagnetized think tanks to figure out what we can do to fix the systems. Look at what MAD did in the 80s to the drunk driving laws, and it worked. If any of you big dogs want to pick up the gauntlet, have at it. Just invite me, I have some good ideas.
I want you guys to please go out and check out Summer's bill, please. Sign it if you haven't. 948 signatures out of 1,000 so far we've got. I wanted to thank Sense of Purpose for meeting up today. We were able to go and pick up that cashier's check for Churchill Rescue Squad. That'll be going to the Summer Wells War Fund. As promised, here's the receipts. Here's the check that'll be going out. I want you guys to please go out and check out Summer's bill, please. Sign it if you haven't. 948 signatures out of 1,000 so far we've got. I wanted to thank Sense of Purpose for meeting up today. We were able to go and pick up that cashier's check for Churchill Rescue Squad. That'll be going to the Summer Wells War Fund. As promised, here's the receipts. Here's the check that'll be going out. I want you guys to please go out and check out Summer's bill, please. Sign it if you haven't. 948 signatures out of 1,000 so far we've got. I wanted to thank Sense of Purpose for meeting up today. We were able to go and pick up that cashier's check for Churchill Rescue Squad. That'll be going to the Summer Wells War Fund. As promised, here's the receipts. Here's the check that'll be going out. I want you guys to please go out and check out Summer's bill, please. Sign it if you haven't. 948 signatures out of 1,000 so far we've got. I wanted to thank Sense of Purpose for meeting up today. We were able to go and pick up that cashier's check for Churchill Rescue Squad. That'll be going to the Summer Wells War Fund. As promised, here's the receipts. Here's the check that'll be going out. I want you guys to please go out and check out Summer's bill, please. Sign it if you haven't. 948 signatures out of 1,000 so far we've got. I wanted to thank Sense of Purpose for meeting up today. We were able to go and pick up that cashier's check for Churchill Rescue Squad. That'll be going to the Summer Wells War Fund. As promised, here's the receipts. Here's the check that'll be going out. I want you guys to please go out and check out Summer's bill, please. Sign it if you haven't. 948 signatures out of 1,000 so far we've got. I wanted to thank Sense of Purpose for meeting up today. We were able to go and pick up that cashier's check for Churchill Rescue Squad. That'll be going to the Summer Wells War Fund. As promised, here's the receipts. Here's the check that'll be going out. I want you guys to please go out and check out Summer's bill, please. Sign it if you haven't. 948 signatures out of 1,000 so far we've got. I wanted to thank Sense of Purpose for meeting up today. We were able to go and pick up that cashier's check for Churchill Rescue Squad. That'll be going to the Summer Wells War Fund. As promised, here's the receipts. Here's the check that'll be going out. I want you guys to please go out and check out Summer's bill, please. Sign it if you haven't. 948 signatures out of 1,000 so far we've got. I wanted to thank Sense of Purpose for meeting up today. We were able to go and pick up that cashier's check for Churchill Rescue Squad. That'll be going to the Summer Wells War Fund. As promised, here's the receipts. Here's the check that'll be going out. I want you guys to please go out and check out Summer's bill, please. Sign it if you haven't. 948 signatures out of 1,000 so far we've got. I wanted to thank Sense of Purpose for meeting up today. We were able to go and pick up that cashier's check for Churchill Rescue Squad. That'll be going to the Summer Wells War Fund. As promised, here's the receipts. Here's the check that'll be going out. I want you guys to please go out and check out Summer's bill, please. Sign it if you haven't. 948 signatures out of 1,000 so far we've got. I wanted to thank Sense of Purpose for meeting up today. We were able to go and pick up that cashier's check for Churchill Rescue Squad. That'll be going to the Summer Wells War Fund. As promised, here's the receipts. Here's the check that'll be going out. I want you guys to please go out and check out Summer's bill, please. Sign it if you haven't. 948 signatures out of 1,000 so far we've got. I wanted to thank Sense of Purpose for meeting up today. We were able to go and pick up that cashier's check for Churchill Rescue Squad. That'll be going to the Summer Wells War Fund. As promised, here's the receipts. Here's the check that'll be going out. I want you guys to please go out and check out Summer's bill. Please sign it if you haven't. 948 signatures out of 1,000 so far we've got. I wanted to thank Sense of Purpose for meeting up today. We were able to go and pick up that cashier's check for Churchill Rescue Squad. That'll be going to the Summer Wells War Fund. As promised, here's the receipts. Here's the check that'll be going out.
And he has taken it all the way up to legislation. Great job, Doug. Thank you so much. And you do know that Summer is smiling on you from ear to ear. Some people wondered why I put this picture in here. Well, first of all, it's her latest, and it is fake, but the children are real. And your job as YouTube Q crime sleuth is to find these children.
Next to red, we're next to red. They said I was born in Music City and raised in a country song. I didn't know I lived in a country song until I found my love for music. And when I started writing songs, I realized that my childhood memories transitioned into fully painted pictures of the country through the art of sound. I come from a place where marijuana leaves and American flags are spray painted on damn near every underpass, where the longest straightaway in town is the midnight drag strip, and where the cornfields still harvest the lust of two young guns in a truck bed listening to the local radio station. These songs aren't for everybody. They ain't gotta be for anybody, really, but they're for the country, to pay homage for a Southern all-American upbringing that will hopefully live on forever. So long live the South, and long live your neck of the woods too. Church.
I'm gonna make this short and sweet.
I don't know if I'm going to be covering any more crime shit, okay? To all the YouTube channels out there that do cover crime stuff, I don't know how you do it. I feel like the community for this crime stuff is fucking chaos. I mean, dude, I've been trying to shed light on the Summer Wells thing so people are aware of it, you know? So maybe if she is out there, people see her. That's what the Amber Alert's for. I'm a musician. I'm not a fucking private investigator. I'm just trying to use my platform so people know. I mean, I do have a lot of people saying, yo, why don't you talk about this? Why don't you shed light on this missing girl? I do. And then when I do, motherfuckers who are also not private investigators and think they're private investigators will tell me how I'm not being a good private investigator. I mean, dude, just from talking about it yesterday with chat and making that video, I'll pull videos of people being like, that's the wrong information. That's the wrong information. He doesn't know the right information. Well, no shit, Sherlock. You think I'm gonna be sitting here looking shit up if I already know, fool? Not to mention Mr. Private Investigators out there. Look at the internet. Look how much false information's out there. I know y'all have typed their name in and scrolled through the shit and seen people being like, inside the mind of this person involved in it. Let me tell you about it. And talking to the spirit of Summer Wells and all this stupid shit. Yeah, it's hard to find real information, especially when you got 10,000 motherfuckers trying to money grab off this shit. I don't get paid from YouTube. I don't have my donos turned on during lives. I do this shit because I want to. So, crime community, instead of being a fucking jackass to somebody who has a platform of almost 3 million subscribers and being like, here it is, been talking about. Here it is, been talking about. Why don't you fucking tell me then?
How you doing?
Smart ass, telling me I don't
Cold
know
out
what I'm
here,
talking
isn't it?
about. Motherfucker, you don't either. If anyone knew what they were talking about, then it wouldn't even be a crime that needed to be solved. Now what? I mean, when you type stuff in to find out about it, you see shit like, the church is a cult, and it's a conspiracy theory, and it was for the adrenochrome. And then me being a person from rural Tennessee that was raised in a holler his whole life says something like, well, then why didn't she hear the car pull up from down the street? He was like, don't you know? There's too many fucking trees in the way for the sound there. You gotta go for the fucking tree. Okay, we get it. Here's the thing. You can't expect somebody trying to shed light on this to know absolutely every single fucking thing about it. Especially when you type in Summer Wells case timeline. And there's thousands of videos that all have different timelines. Especially when the people who are actually involved in this case are having different timelines. I mean, the grandma, just the other day, her interview with the news changed the timeline. So, Mr. I'm correct about the timeline, now your timeline is fucking wrong. There are YouTubers and there are people who want to help with these things. But people with big platforms are not gonna help with these things if they get on here and try to shed light and help spread the word. And people who are also trying to spread the word are like bashing another person for not knowing what they know. You're making the community toxic and shitty. If you're a page that has, no offense, but if you're a page that has 3,000 subscribers and your videos are getting 149 views, you can't expect me to know about what you know. Another thing, I'm not a person who's like, oh, you must have this amount of followers to be featured on my page. So instead of you being an asshole and being like, he doesn't fucking know, he's a fucking idiot, why couldn't you just be like, hey, let me jump on a live with you? I've been researching it for this much. This is what I know. And I noticed you didn't know these things. Which sheds more light on it with facts, because whoever that person is has been researching it longer than me. So yeah, that's pretty much all I gotta say about that.
This is the homage that I paid to summer on the light up night, the night we light up the purple lights for summer and lit the candles. Well, this has been lit. I threw those begonias in there, and I hung it up on my front porch, and I lit it every night. And it's been lit every night for her. And it'll be lit every night. Now, I don't know what I'm going to do when the light bulbs die, but we'll figure that one out when that happens. But anyhow, gardeners, you can save your begonias over the winter. This guy is now blooming. He's been in the house. Okay, just had to say that.